This is Newcap News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Mike, as we saw, the Bobcats had a little bit of a break, but they're back in action this weekend.
Yeah, come Saturday will be a week off between games, and they're hoping to face a team that hasn't won in a while, so they're hoping to get the victory.
Hoping to get the W. And we saw some snow today, Gerard.
Yeah, we finally saw a fair amount. I actually went and did my civic duty today. Cleaned the sidewalk in front of me. Felt like it. It felt like getting a good sweat. I hope a few other people will take up on that suggestion too. Alrighty, what we did see today, apart from the snow, we actually got to a high of -3 at 1 o'clock, and we're still sitting there, even with that humidity up at 88%. The winds have eased off just a bit, and then they picked up again actually. Now west-northwest at about 22. So that's what you're dealing with, and that wind chill has picked up again to -9 is in the fray. It's been a similar story across the region. Cold Lake and area still got some flurries coming on down, and we're going to see some more of that during the course of the evening before it all clears off. They got to a high at -4 just about 11 o'clock, and in the Battlefords there, they got to a high at -3 just at around 11 o'clock as well. What's in the fray later on? Apart from all the snow, we're going to chat about it a little later on in the cast.
RCMP made a grim discovery yesterday afternoon at the Lloydminster landfill site. After a 5-day investigation, members have found human remains, which are currently undergoing forensic examination. RCMP say the investigation was prompted after a 911 call was made on November 19th.
Now, that 911 call indicated that a female individual had suffered some medical difficulties after childbirth. Now, that child could not be accounted for, and so subsequent investigation led us to doing this landfill search.
About 30 RCMP members from the local area and surrounding region combined combed through the wasteland over the last 5 days.
Now, as you can imagine, that's a fairly difficult search to do, not only physically demanding, but it's pretty repugnant to the search's senses, visually what you see and what you smell. The RCMP members completed that, just considered it part of their line of duty, and they've now gone back to the communities throughout Alberta where they came from.
Details of the 911 call and the investigation in general are not being released. Nobody has been arrested and no charges have been laid. Police say the next phase includes lab work, autopsies, and following up on leads. Vermilion Lloydminster MLA Lloyd Snelgrove announced he would be leaving politics Monday. The PC party has indicated a nomination process to fill his seat will begin in January. Jacob Zare spoke with Snelgrove today about the reason behind his decision and what the future holds in store.
Lloyd Snelgrove is serving his third term as MLA for Vermilion Lloydminster, and under former Premier Ed Stelmach, he saw his portfolio expand to Finance Minister. But when Alison Redford won the PC leadership and assumed the role of Premier, she put another MLA in that chair. Snelgrove is direct in his assessment of the current leadership.
No one was really giving me the inspirational gas I would need to commit to another 4 years.
Lloydminster Mayor Jeff Mulligan says the city has enjoyed a fruitful relationship with Snelgrove. He'll be sorry to see him go.
He said there's a changing of the guard, and he was a very senior member of the previous guard. It's in Alberta, the changing of government is actually right now the changing of work within the PC party.
Snelgrove also acknowledged the toll that high-level politics can take on a family. He has high praise for his wife Bev, who has kept both the family's business interests and their family itself on an even keel. But he's been an MLA for nearly the entire school life of his youngest, and he's not willing to go through the motions if his commitment isn't total.
Get in, make the contribution you can in good faith, and when that's over, don't ever look at it as just filling a spot on a chair because it's easy.
Snelgrove is confident there are several strong candidates who would make fitting successors. He's urging those people who have the desire, coupled with the right support, to throw their names into the ring.
If they've got the energy and the backing of a very good spouse, which is really important, to take a chance.
Mulligan agrees there are strong possible future MLAs in the region. He hopes whoever does get the nod will keep Lloydminster front of mind, as he plans to be right here in the border city, working with that new MLA.
I made and asked for a commitment of trust from the taxpayers and from the electorate, and they gave me that. I owe them till October 2012, and probably to do the job that we set out to do another term after that.
As for Snelgrove's future, he plans to lend a hand with those family business interests and spend some time at home. But beyond that,
I'm just going to take some time and breathe that good, clean country air out there.
Jacob Zare, Newcap News.
Thefts from and of vehicles in the border city are on the rise. Lloydminster RCMP say a core group of individuals are mainly responsible. Police advise residents to lock their doors and keep valuables out of sight. The solution may seem simple enough.
It's like we keep saying over and over again, lock it or lose it, and then we're not kidding. If you don't take those preventative measures, you're going to be a victim of crime and a theft of your vehicle or from your vehicle. So that's what we're telling the public, is use some common sense.
But residents don't seem to be getting the message. Both thefts from vehicles and stolen automobiles are on the rise, jumping over 40% from September alone. Sergeant Marchant says unlocked vehicles are the easiest target and cars where valuables are in plain sight.
Best place is in a well-lit parking spot, in a garage, or someplace that's not isolated or in an area where it's tempting.
If you want some extra security, installing an alarm may be the answer.
I can be wherever and my phone will let me know if somebody breaks into my vehicle.
It's called a Smart Start, a two-way alarm and electric car starter, but it won't come cheap. Beaton says to install any decent system, it'll cost you roughly $700, but he says it's worth it.
It's a big loss for anybody, you know, if you put your hard-earned money into a vehicle. It's nice to know that it's at least as secure as you can make it.
Meantime, RCMP say making your car a tougher target is as simple as locking your doors.
It's happening daily. So if you're leaving your car unlocked, I can guarantee you that sooner or later you will be a victim.
And perhaps not coincidentally, Lloydminster RCMP are asking for your help to find a brazen thief who stripped parts from a vehicle. Between 9 p.m. and 6 p.m. on November 17th, a gray Chevy Silverado parked on the 3000 block of 45th Avenue had its taillights, headlights, and interior console torn out and stolen. If you have any information about this or any other crime, please contact the Lloydminster RCMP or Crime Stoppers.